Welcome to the second episode of Simple Cyber Defense. Here we're going to be talking about how ISPs can now sell your web history. As you can see, there are many examples of many web searches out there of ISPs are now able to sell your data thanks to the government. Well, there are some things that you can do to protect yourself. The first thing to do is stop using Google for your searches. As you can see here, I'm using what's called DuckDuckGo. They're an alternative to Google, which basically tells you that they're not going to sell your data. Every search that you make through this website will be private. The next thing to do is to install this extension onto your browser. The organization here basically goes through here and blocks many things that are spying on you through your web browser. The EFF is very good at fighting against big corporations and making sure that your privacy is number one on the internet. The second extension, which would be called HTTPS Everywhere. This will ensure all of your traffic is secure. The S in HTTPS stands for secure. As you can see here, the padlock shows that I have a secure connection, meaning that no one can eavesdrop on this very easily. This is very useful when all the websites you go to. If you do not have a secure connection, anyone can eavesdrop on it. So the third thing to do is to get what's called a VPN, or Virtual Private Network. There are many different ones out there, some free, some really expensive, and some not so expensive. I recommend staying away from the free versions because most likely they are going to be selling your data, because when you use a VPN, you're basically trading your history being collected from the ISP to the VPN. So you have to make sure that you pick one that's not going to track you. This is the one I use, VPN Unlimited. I like it because it suits my needs. When you're going through a VPN, you have to make sure not only are you picking one that's not going to track you, but also make sure that it's going to cover the devices that you need. Some will say that they will cover everything, but they don't really do it. Others are better at one software, not another. This one I found is very good for Macintosh, iOS, Linux, Windows, even browsers, Android devices, you name it. There's a link in the description below for all of these products. I recommend highly that you use them. Otherwise, you're just opening your web history to be sold to whomever has the highest bids. Personally, I don't like that idea, and I like my privacy. So these are the devices that I use. Now, if you can't really afford a VPN right now, I would, at the bare minimum, start using the Opera browser because it has a built-in VPN. And you can choose many different locations, and it will do the same thing as an expensive VPN. The only difference is it'll only protect what's done inside the browser. So you have other apps that are downloading information. All that is up to be recorded and sold. So if you're only concerned about what you're doing in web history, at the bare minimum, get the Opera browser and use the VPN built-in feature. This will conclude the short video that will give you at least a little bit of tools to protect against the outrageous selling of your personal data. Hopefully this will be helpful. I will go into further details of VPNs in a later episode, so keep an eye out for that. Till then.